How many times have you seen in practice that playbook as well as you did there for the three?
All the time. I trust him. I mean, I told him I'm trusting you. Knocked the shot down. Play was originally for him. He just tried to run one more to me, so I had to be unselfish to give it back to him for him to hit the game winner. So I mean, that's just how the game goes.
Boden, obviously 19 points today. What was kind of working for you tonight?
Yeah, early on, I had a little size advantage against their four-man, so I just tried to take the opportunities when they were there and finish around the rim.
Yeah, Boden, just your outside shooting, your ability to score inside, just how have you really been able to blossom as an offensive player this year?
Yeah, just kind of gaining confidence in both those areas and knowing that I can get to my spots in both those spots and doing it when I can.
Boden, was the plan to kind of let you operate against the floor and maybe get into the paint from that area and work your shots? Like, what was kind of the idea behind getting you into some of those positions, knowing that they had a pretty big man of their own accord?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to be opportunistic, like I said. If I ran down the floor and I had a steal, I'd take it. If not, we like to flow into our offense and take our time and look for the best shot. So I just kind of tried to see when the opportunities came about and tried to steal, get to my spot.
And then for a follow-up, Fred, when you have the interior presence working, even through the first half, how does that help you as a guard to be able to find opportunities, whether it's on the drive, whether it's on the pass, or even in your case, take a shot?
It helped me a lot. Like I said, my guys just trusting me. That's where my confidence come from. I mean, I'm gonna always be confident, but as long as they got trust in, we got trust in each other. It's just great basketball all around. So I'm gonna keep having confidence and keep driving and shooting like I am.
Yeah, Fred, you had 16 of your 18 points in the second half. What kind of flipped the half you scored like that?
I knew I had to turn it on. Obviously, as y'all know, I'm a scorer now, so just second half mindset, get to the rack, get a couple eases, get my guys involved so I can be open. I mean, just be unselfish so the play can develop and I can get open as well. So, I mean, I just had to be more aggressive second half.
Coach, we'll start with your thoughts on the game before the questions.
Yeah, proud of the players. Happy for our fans. Winning is fun. Winning is hard. So we found a way, to win the game and make the right plays, get the right stops coming down the stretch. And so hopefully we'll take what we learned from the night and try to continue to improve. And I thought we won the game without playing our best, so that's a good sign. But now we can get back to the woodshed and keep working.
Yeah, Coach, just building off a late victory against Syracuse with another late victory, just what does it say for the confidence of this team where, you guys were losing a bunch of close games and now you've come away with two straight in similar fashion?
Yeah, we've been through a lot, but that's a journey. That's a season, right? That's why a season is a duration, a journey is a duration. And so as long as you continue to move your feet in the right direction and you stay together as a group and you continue to work with enthusiasm and continue to look yourself in the mirror and try to figure out how can you get better and not point fingers, then you can play your best basketball in March. So we've been through a lot, and I'm trying to stay present, so I don't want to think about those old games. I've tried hard not to because we've been in maybe 7 games like we've been in this game and the Syracuse game. It's been a lot of nail biters, and so just happy we've been able to get over the hump. Guys are practicing hard, really trying to believe in what we're doing, and hopefully we can build on it, keep going.
Coach, how rewarding, I guess, is it to see kind of the synergy that's now starting to come between the backcourt, the front court, the way the guys are moving the ball, both inside, outside, and how has that opened up even more options based off of what you maybe have wanted to run all season?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that myself and my staff, we're learning through all of this. When you coach for 30 years, you're so used to having 9 returners and having senior leadership and all that stuff now. So you got to give the players credit. You say, all right, we got 8 new guys showing up to campus. We got a season starting in 2 months. Nobody know each other. We got a different terminology, different system. So I think what we're seeing, I hope, is that now that we've been together and we've been through some adversity and some successes, we're starting to learn from those things and we're getting closer as a team. And we starting to understand what we're trying to do offensively and executing a little bit better, and then playing tough on defense. So, it's just a new thing we're trying to adjust to with so many new guys every year.
Earl, I'll ask you the same thing I asked the kids. You mentioned practice. How often does that play work as well as it did today in practice?
The particular play we ran is something we usually would run in the duration of the game, not necessarily late game. We had ran a couple things in the last 3 minutes that we were trying to get done. Chase Forte had some success. But that play we ran wasn't a late game play. It was just something that we run. And we actually was going to Boden as a first option. And he made a good decision because Fred, man, helped. He was unselfish. He got it to Fred. Then Fred drove it to the basket, and he was unselfish and got it back to Boden. So I'm just happy that were able to be that unselfish and take the right shot instead of forcing a tough one.
What did it take? Pittsburgh's zone was tough all game. What did it take to finally crack that and get the win at the end?
Yeah, the reason it was tough is they were really long. They had 6'7" out there, 6'10", 6'8". They were long. So the guy at the top was really in the passing lanes. You had to be smart with the ball. You had to be, you had to protect the ball as you pass it. They were in the passing lanes. And so, once we made a big shot, I think we had one big shot against it. They got out of it. Usually a team that doesn't play zone a lot, they don't really want to be in zone. But we actually talked about in practice, hey, look, if we're up or if the game is tight, they're going to go zone. We got to be ready. And we made a big shot in the zone, and then they got away from it and went back to man.
Coach, back-to-back wins. Just how do you build off this win streak going forward?
I think the way you do it is watch the film, look at the things you did well, and praise them for it. Look at the things that wasn't up to our standard and challenge them about it, and then get back to practice tomorrow. We practice tomorrow. We play Saturday. We got to travel, right? So we practice tomorrow. So there's no rest for the weary, but you get back in the gym and you practice hard, and you practice smart, and you try to get better.
Two last questions, Mike, in the day.
Yeah, just the emergence of Boden Kapke as an offensive scorer. How do you think he's really been able to blossom into that kind of player?
He's kind of what we envisioned. You don't want to compare him to Quentin Post. A lot of people try to compare him, but we envision, okay, hey, a high character person that visited Boston College out of high school, went somewhere else. We followed him. He was having a pretty good career. Not great, but pretty good. And we're a developmental program. So we said, well, maybe we can have this guy for 2 years. And if we have him for 2 years based on our development, we got a stud. And so he's starting to come into his own as an inside-outside threat. And hopefully we can continue to help him, keep his confidence going in the right direction.
Coach, this is just going to be a wild question. You squeezed the orange after the series game. I'm hoping you didn't have a live panther in the locker room for this one.
Didn't have a live panther. Didn't necessarily think about squeezing the orange, but when I walked in, somebody tossed one at me, and they said, you got to do something with it. So I did something with it.
We get back to standard dance moves on this one then?
Well, no, not really. Not really. Ever since I had the injury on my Achilles, I really hadn't gotten back to dancing as much. And so I let the players dance.
All right, thanks.